Hi, this is Kim Thompson-Pinder. I'm an international best-selling author, award-winning speaker, the extraordinary word ninja, and chief visionary officer of RTI Publishing. Over the years, I have written over 100 books for myself and my clients. And there's one question, actually there's two questions, that always get asked of me first. What do I write about and who do I write to? So in today's video, we're going to focus mostly on the first question and just a little bit on the second question. But as we start today's video, I want to share something with you that is going to set you free. Everybody comes into the book writing process feeling like they don't deserve to be an author. They don't deserve to be read. They think about who's going to read my book, who's going to like my book, who's going to take action on my book, and then they start to question themselves. Can I really do this? Can I really write something that's going to have an impact and an influence on somebody's life? Can I really create something? Like, my story is just not that valuable. Well, what I'm about to share with you is just going to thrill you and help you to see that you are powerful and that you have something amazing to share with others. So here we go. 10 to 15% of people who will read your book if it is well written. Now, I'm not talking about perfect. I'm not talking about you have to have the best writing skills. What I'm talking about is you've used good words, the book is organized in a nice manner, you've used readable words, and you've shared from the heart. And you've made sure that the formatting looks good. That is what is considered a good book. Now, if you have a good book, 10 to 15% of your readers will absolutely love it. They will think that it is the most amazing thing on this earth. They will tell everybody that they need to read this book. They become your brand ambassadors. They become the people who love you and support you, who buy everything that you put out, who want to work with you, who mastermind with you, who connect with you and share everything you do on social media. And that is an amazing feeling. And it's true throughout. Everything that I have done over the years has proven to me that this fact is true. There is always a group of people who will love what you do. And so don't be afraid of it. So you are going to write your book to those 10 to 15% of people who are going to love it. Now, on the other end of the scale is the opposite. There is 10 to 15% of the people, no matter what you do. Even if your book could be perfect, and by the way, let me tell you, there is no such thing as a perfect book. But let's imagine that there is a perfect book. Doesn't matter. 10 to 15% of people will hate your book, will hate you, will hate your message, and will tell people not to buy your book, not to listen to you, it's a bunch of garbage, and la 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 la. So we never, ever focus on that 10 to 15% because there is nothing that you can do to change their mind. So why even bother? Only focus on that 10 to 15% of people who are going to love you. Now, in that 60%, that rest of those people, there'll be people who don't like your book, who don't care. That's fine. And then in the upper end, there'll be people who kind of like your book, to people who really won't like your book, who become your customers and your clients and who want to work with you. And so when you think of it that way, writing your book becomes easier because you're only going to focus on writing a book that the people who are going to love it will love it. Now, hopefully, let that sink in, because 10 to 15% of people will love your book, and that's who you're writing to. So that's the quick answer to question number 2. Now, how that you determine that, those 10 to 15%, well, that's a bigger process. And we cover that in the How to Write Your Signature Book in 90 Days course. And if you check below this video, you can find out more details about it. But let's focus in on the messaging that you want to give to these people. Scary, isn't it? You think, what do I say? What do I write? What do I tell people? Well, let's make it a little easier for you. When you're writing your signature book, now this isn't just any old book that you slap together so that you can call yourself an author. And there are a lot of people who do that. But that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about your signature book. The one that positions you as the authority in your niche. The one when that 10 to 15% of people, and a good percentage of the other 60% of people, when they read it, will cause them to take action. They will want to work with you. When you connect with them, they're like, wow, you're the one who wrote that book. That book changed my life. And they want to work with you, and they want your products, and they want your services. So your signature book becomes your first bestseller. It becomes the one that shows people who you are and what you can do. It's got a lot of impact to it. It's got a lot of value to it. And it positions you. It shows people not only that you care, but that you know what you're talking about and that you can solve their problems. So what are you going to share? What are you going to write about in your signature book? So there's 2 main things you write about. First is you're going to share some of your story. The whole book is not going to be about your story, but interspersed throughout, you're going to relate your story to what the reader is going through and how you overcame, how you learned, what you did to move your life forward to the point that it is now. So you've got your story. That's the easy part. You know your story. It's just, well, actually, the hardest part is going to be figure out which part of your story that you want to tell throughout your book. But once you've done that, life becomes easier. And I think once we take a look at this second half of what you're going to write in your book, then the stories are easy to pick out. So the second part of this is figuring out what your reader needs. And I always divide it into 4 categories. So the first one is problems. Those are the everyday things that they're going through that are hindering them from reaching their desired result, goal, or dream. These are the little obstacles that sometimes seem like huge mountains to the people that you've already overcome. And you can help them overcome. So you're going to have problems in your book that you can solve. Now the next level is needs. So this relates to the bigger picture of their life. What are the things that they need in their life to take their life forward, to make their life feel comfortable? So we're not talking about, their dream life yet. We're going to get to that in a few minutes. But where are they at right now, and what are things that they can do to make their life better? So you're going to address those in your book. You're going to talk about where they're at and where they want to be, and what are those first steps just to get those needs met. Then the next step is the wants. And that's sort of the next level of their life. You know, if they're working towards a goal and 1 is the beginning and 10 is they've reached their dream life, wants is about a 6 or 7. So now they want. So now you're going to look at where the next step is for them. How do they reach that next level in their life so that they're actually moving forward, so that they're seeing results, so that they're having an amazing time and enjoying life or building their business? Whatever it is that their dream or goal is, whether it's personal, career, business, you have to determine what area you can help them in and how you can help them. And then you're going to do a little sprinkle of desire. This is the secret place of the heart. This is their ultimate goal, their ultimate dream. If life was perfect, this is what life would look like. And you don't want to make the whole book about that, because right now people can barely see past the problems, let alone to their dream life. But you want to let them know that their dream life is available. So you're going to figure out what that dream life kind of looks like. And it might not be specific details, but your dream life is how you feel when you're living it. What does it look like to see everything that you've ever wanted to accomplish come true? That's desire. That's the dream life. And so you want to sprinkle that through the book, not heavily. You want to focus predominantly in on the problems, the needs, and the wants. So if you focus on those things in your book and you show people that you understand where they are and how to reach each of those next levels, you will be surprised at how many people will want to take action with you. You know, when you generate a lead and they've read your book, those next phone calls, even after they've read a bit of your book, if they're that 10 to 15%, they will work with you if you call them, if you connect with them by email, if you connect with them on social media, if you text them. So there has to be action on your part. But if you do that and they've read some of your book and they're part of that 10 to 15%, they are just going to jump on the bandwagon. You will barely have to say anything. You make them an offer and they've signed up, they've joined, and they're handing you money. And that's the power of your signature book. So I hope that you've enjoyed this little bit of teaching and training. Now, I've got the rest of the exciting news for you. Below this video, you're going to see an opportunity to get my How to Write Your Signature Book in 90 Days course. This is going to be released on September 2nd, and it's also going to be followed with a 90-day book writing challenge where we're going to have lots of fun together as a group writing our books, and there's going to be prizes for the 90-day challenge. Now, to be a part of the 90-day challenge, you do have to be taking the course, because a lot of the challenge is going to be based on working through this course and the videos. Now, here's the thing. I have written over 100 books personally. We've written more than that as a company. But every book that has gone through my company, I have worked on in some way, shape, or form. When I first started writing books, I had no money. I was doing it because I wanted to help my team members. I wanted to help people learn how to build their home-based businesses better. But I had to do it the hard way. And the hard way is that I had no money to spend on trainings. So I had to piece everything together from little $7 courses. I had to spend an incredible amount of time on Google watching videos to get that one little hint that was just going to help me get over this problem this huge problem that I was having. And so it made life very difficult, and it made writing my first books incredibly hard. It was a long process for me. So when I decided to teach this to people, I knew I needed to create a course that covered everything. A complete, comprehensive course from A to Z, from how to write and publish your book. And so this course is everything that I have learned over writing 100 books. And so we start with extensively going into who you're going to write to and what are those messages that you're going to write. I teach you how to create an outline. Once you have an outline of your book, it makes writing easier. If you're trying to write a book without an outline, all you're doing is floundering in the dark. So I teach you how to write a good, solid outline. And will that outline change as the book is written? Probably. Your outline is only a framework to help you keep moving along. It's like a little child growing. Sometimes you don't know what's going to happen as that child grows, and there's some unexpected things. And it's the same with your outline. You may reach a point when you're working on your book and you look at your outline and you go, you know what, some things need to be changed. And that's okay. But if you don't have that framework to work with, you won't know what to change. Your book will not be in a good, strong, logical order. It will be weak in terms of the function of the book and the readability of the book. So your outline is an incredibly important part of the process. Now, once you've written your outline, I'm going to teach you how to write your story so that it connects with the reader, so that that person sees themselves in you. Because once that happens, you would be amazed at how easy it is to take that relationship to the next level and to develop a good, strong business relationship. So I teach you how to write your story. Then, how do you write a chapter? So you've got all these chapters in your book that you've got to write. How do you write a chapter? So I'm not going to share a formula with you because each book is unique and different. But what I am going to do is I'm going to share the elements of a great chapter and the things that you need to put into a chapter. Now, you may not put everything into a chapter, but there's certain things that need to go into a chapter, and not necessarily in the exact same order every single time. But if you put these key elements into a chapter, people will come through it having felt like they received value. Then, how do you edit your book? I mean, if English is not your strong point, how do you write and edit your book? Well, we cover that in the course. I'm going to show you a really great free tool that you can use that's going to help you take your writing to the next level. How do you create eye-catching covers? How do you format this thing? So I'm actually going to teach you how to format your book as you write it. Now, this is just formatting for your Kindle book, for posting it up on Amazon. But if you do this properly and you format as you write, there's actually going to be very little that you will need to do to your book to get it ready to have it up on Amazon. And then I teach you how to take that ebook and transfer it to your print copy. And it is a lot of work, but it's not hard work. And once you learn the few simple tools that you need and the way of doing it, it's just a matter of doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and then you double check. And then you take a break. And then you go back and you double check again. So, like I said, it's not hard. It does take a bit of time, though. And then finally, how do you post that book up on Amazon so that people will want to read it? How do you write your book description? What categories do you put your book in? Again, how do you have that cover so that it stands out? How do you title your book? That's a huge one. The way you title your book depends on the goals and the plans that you have for this book. And that's something we also discuss in this in the course is, what is your goal and your plan for your book? How do you plan to use your signature book to get your business to the next level? So that doesn't matter whether your business is beginning and you're just working on getting clients and customers, or whether you're ready to take your business, you want to become that authority, you want to get on stages, you want to get in media, all these different things. So how do you write your book to each of those things? And how do you title your book depends on how you want to use your book. And so we cover that as well. So this course is extensive. There's probably, because I'm in the process of filming them right now, probably going to be 20 to 30 videos that each one of them is going to share a different aspect with you. So you may be thinking to yourself, wow, I bet this costs a lot of money. Well, yes, it will cost a lot of money. But it's not going to cost you a lot of money right now. There's a reason why I'm doing a pre-sale on this course. I remember what it was like when I first was trying to write my books and how frustrated I was. Because I didn't have the money. There was these amazing courses out there, and I did not have the money. I had little bits of money here and there that I could spend, and I did. But I couldn't afford the comprehensive course. And so for this pre-sale, I decided to do something to give everybody at least one opportunity to buy this course at a price that everybody can afford. And I'm only doing this once. After this, when the course launches, and even, at times when I put it on sale, you will never see this course at this price again. I'm doing this once for the people that I know, the people I'm connected to on social media, for all the different groups that I'm in. So this course is going to be $9.97. That's going to be the price. And I want to give you an opportunity to get it at 80% off. And this is only going to be available until August 5th. So are you ready? The course is $197. The course videos and the workbook alone that you're going to receive are worth that. Worth way more than that. Even if you were just to watch the videos and do the workbook, I could easily charge $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 for the extensiveness of this course. But I've also included a whole bunch of support, because there were so many times I wish I could just ask somebody a question, and I had to take the long route to find the answers. So not only do you get the course videos, the course workbook, but you will have support. So we're going to be doing monthly Zoom calls. Now, these calls are not mandatory. They're additional training that's going to just help you take things to the next level. And through each Zoom call, we're going to have Q&A. So you're going to have an opportunity to come on and talk to me or my team, whoever's leading the call, excuse me, about your most pressing problem at this time. Now, throughout the 90-day challenge as well, we will be doing more Zoom calls to be able to help you to take your book to the next level. So you're going to have calls where you can ask questions. There's going to be a secret Facebook group. So if you need an immediate answer, you can hop on there, and myself or one of my team members will answer your question, usually within 24 hours. Plus, and this is probably the biggest bonus, you are going to get 45 minutes of time with me. I've written over 100 books. I have seen, can I say I've seen it all? Probably not, but let's say I've seen 99% of it. So I can pretty well answer very quickly any problem that you're having. And so you get 45 minutes of time with me, one 45-minute session, or you can break it down into two 22.5 minute sessions. It doesn't matter, but you get 45 minutes of my time to answer any of your questions. And if I can't answer it, then I'm going to refer you to one of my team members who can. And they will be there to help and support you as well. So you are going to be getting an incredible deal with this. But it's only happening once. It's $197, that is US, because this video is going out to many people in many different countries. I want you to be able to write your book that you can use to build your business. My life changed when I wrote books. I went from being invisible to being that expert, to having people want to work with me. And now I'm a well-known authority in my niche, and people come to me all the time to want to work with me. Do I still lead gen? Oh yeah, I do. But a lot of my business comes because people have heard about me, they've seen my videos, they know that I'm the expert that they want to work with. So scan down below, make sure you take advantage of this deal. It's a once-in-a-lifetime offer to be able to write your signature book in 90 days. And I encourage you to do it. Your book, if you start in September, can be out for Christmas. And what an amazing feeling. What the best Christmas gift you can give yourself is to become an author. And then, in the winter slow season, because unless you're in snow tourism, January, February are some of the hardest months to get through. So I'm also, as a bonus, going to show you how to use that book to generate leads for your business in January and February, in those hardest months. And you're going to watch your sales soar, and you're going to start 2020 off incredibly strong. So don't wait. This is only available until August 5th. And then it will be closed down for a bit as I finish creating everything and having everything ready for you for September 2nd. So get it below, and then within 1 to 2 business days, you'll see an email from me confirming that you've paid and with some next instructions for you. So don't wait. Take advantage of this deal, and I can't wait to help you become the author I know you are meant to be.